We're labeling like this unicorn thing. Everybody's been a unicorn over the last few years, but he's more like an alien. I've never seen, no one has ever seen anyone as tall as he is, but as fluid and as graceful he is out on the floor.
He can block shot like Rudy, but shoot like KD. bro, crazy. He has a good attitude.
Even attitude.
Yeah, if he stays healthy, he's gonna be really good.
Victor Wembanyama is the NBA's most recent #1 pick and possibly the most hyped one since LeBron James. Victor has been labeled as the unanimous #1 pick by experts, and for the last year now, teams have been trying their best to increase their chances of drafting him, and the San Antonio Spurs ended up as the winners. Victor has been considered the ultimate prospect due to his combination of height, shooting, and ball handling, and if you have seen him play, you would understand the hype around him. He is definitely the next one up, but let's look at what exactly makes him stand out from the rest of the competition and why the NBA should fear him. First things first, a career for sports was always likely for the young Victor. His father was a high jumper and his mother a former basketball player, who is currently coaching. Victor's siblings, his sister Eve and brother Oscar, also play basketball. Even his grandfather played for Paris University in the 1960s, so the family genetics play a huge part in Wemby's athletic talents. He has tried many sports, including football and judo, but his true love was the game of basketball. Victor was first spotted at an under-11 game in France, and because of his outstanding height, was thought to be the assistant coach. However, when Coach Michael found out he was actually an 11-year-old, he immediately called Victor's club and he was recruited shortly after. Wemby's physical growth has only added to the intrigue surrounding him. He grew up to be 7'4" and is about to be the tallest active NBA player. Add to that an 8-foot wingspan and you have got yourself a pretty impressive player. However, despite his size, it's his combination of skills with the ball that come with the size that make him that special. Being well over 7 feet tall, you would expect Victor to develop his game as a typical center, a good shot blocker, a presence on the boards. More known for his defense rather than offense, something like Rudy. Not a bad combination of skills at all, but that wouldn't be enough to make him the prospect he turned out to be. Victor is different. He is a great ball handler, has amazing dribbling and passing skills for his size, and is a confident shooter from beyond the arc as well. Now combine that with his tall frame, and you start to think, no wonder this guy is the biggest prospect in over 20 years. Matter of fact, the previous player to be considered as great of a prospect as Wemby is right now, LeBron James, described Victor as an alien and a generational talent, while the Greek Freak, a two-time NBA MVP and champion, whose nickname speaks by itself, claimed that the league hasn't seen anything like Victor before. A lot of videos of Victor performing remarkable basketball plays have gone viral on social media, and rightfully so. You don't see a guy of Victor's size do stuff like that often, from the crazy blocks to the attractive dunks, or even his one-leg three-pointers. And Victor has been doing all of that against grown men in Europe, in the first French league, which is in fact one of the better leagues on the continent. And the French players' development system has done a tremendous job encouraging Victor's unique skill sets and nurturing his game, so he can develop his craft as much as one can. In this environment, Victor was able to focus on basketball, instead of being distracted by the spotlight a young, promising athlete gets in the US. In his last campaign, Victor led the league in points, rebounds, and blocks, while also being the one-man marketing campaign for the league as well. Teams have been selling out arenas in games that would typically not be sold out, because the fans were just so eager to watch Victor play. Him being drafted as the #1 pick straight from the French league is a huge advertisement for the league and would probably raise basketball's popularity in France even more. Although there are some concerns that Victor's thin frame may lead to injuries down the line, as it has in many other careers of players his size. Many players that are well above 7 feet tall have trouble staying on the court, most often because of injuries to their lower limbs. However, that is hopefully and probably not going to be the case with Victor, as the young Frenchman has been keeping a tremendous focus on his mobility and flexibility training. Videos of Victor performing advanced exercises have gone public numerous times, and it is really impressive what he is capable of doing with his size. Why is this so important? Well, tight muscles are proven to tire faster than flexible ones, thus making the other muscles work harder. As a result of this, muscle fatigue and injury can hinder the ability to protect the joints, especially the ones in weight-bearing joints, like the hips and knees. That's why weak hamstring and ACL injuries are so closely linked. To put it simply, flexibility training could be a real game changer, especially if you are Victor's size. Victor has a great work ethic and his priorities set. He doesn't mess around with his routine, as he is aware that healthy and flexible muscle joints could be the key to his career's longevity, something he and we as fans definitely want. Another concern about Victor's future could be his weight or lack thereof. Wemby only weighs 210 pounds. To put it in perspective, that's 5 pounds less than Donovan Mitchell's listed weight and around 15 more than Damian Lillard's, who are both guards and over a foot shorter than Victor. There's no doubt that Victor will add muscle and gain weight throughout his NBA journey, but the young Frenchman doesn't only want to bulk up, as he said in his draft day interview. Putting up extra weight on his joints without much concern could lead to extra stress and less flexibility, leading to injuries. A lot of what Wembanyama has been doing has been focused more on keeping his feet healthy, rather than just putting up weight. Some of the exercises may look weird or overly difficult, but he has been directly targeting his injury risks and focusing on keeping him healthy over the course of multiple NBA seasons. Players of Victor's height usually have at least 80 pounds more, but also a lot of foot injuries throughout their careers. Players such as Yao Ming and Greg Oden, who were beasts on the court when healthy, have spent a lot of time off the court throughout their careers. In Greg's case, his injuries were so bad that we never got to see his full potential on display, ultimately leading to one of the biggest disappointments and what-if careers in recent NBA history. So, let's trust what Wemby and his coaches have been doing. Keeping himself mobile has allowed Victor to be a fluid athlete that is able to show tremendous versatility on the court, both on offense and defense. While supremely talented, the reason behind Victor's skills has been his hard work and focus on the ultimate goal. He has always been the hardest worker in any room, both studying the game of basketball, as well as working on his body. He has great instincts defense, he is very effective on offense, and also manages to keep his body healthy. Between Wemby standing 10 feet reach and his coordination, he is also an easy basket target off transition, dump downs, lobs, and cuts. The quick single motion from catch to finish is most notable when he received passes below the rim. He also has an eye-opening second jump for a player his size, leading to second-chance points. Unlike big players like Rudy, Wemby offers more skill and touch offensively in the post. He has counter footwork to shake free operating back to the basket and doesn't need many steps to get close to the rim. He can make over-the-shoulder shots with both hands, and his size allows him to get them in from some tough angles or over the hands of most defenders. Where his all-NBA level potential lights up is when he handles the ball. How often do you see a player his size being able to create his own shot off the dribble? The basketball world hasn't seen a player of his size execute his drives into finishes, shoots off the dribble, or fallaways from the post so easy. Victor has also shown his tremendous basketball IQ and feel for the game with some well-paced, finesse entry passes into the post. His skill and vision pop out on kick-out assist, and he possesses a quick processing ability, mostly shown with his tap passes where he doesn't even catch the ball before finding the open teammate. He can often be too casual or overly ambitious with such passes, forcing them a little bit, but that will without a doubt be developed throughout his career. Another possible weakness to point out is that while Victor is confident in his shot, sometimes he takes some ill-advised shots, often leading to a decrease in his percentages. He shows tremendous confidence on the court, and that is what takes his game to the next level. However, he might have to slow it down a bit for the better of the team's success, which is definitely his ultimate goal. Wemby has a winner mentality and possesses great work ethic, so there is no doubt that he is going to get on the right track if he hasn't been there already. Despite not having played a whole NBA season, Wemby is number 8 on the NBA's top 10 most searched player names. Through the power of Wemby mania and the excitement around him, the upcoming season proves to be one of the most fascinating years in the NBA's history. The Spurs are going to have a blast selling tickets, as fans are not going to want to miss out on seeing Wembanyama play. He has been labeled as one of the greatest prospects ever, and rightfully so, as the young Frenchman has the opportunity to revolutionize the game of basketball as we know it. Let's just hope he keeps his body healthy so he can get as deep in the GOAT conversations as possible. Staying healthy and having a long career is a win for everybody, Victor. The Spurs and the NBA, and most of all, the fans.